Let's make these 6-ingredient no-bake penguin cookies. They're perfect for the holidays and great to make with your kids, your grandkids. They're fun to bring to the office and they're perfect for your next holiday party. Let me show you how to make them. Okay friends, here are the ingredients that you need to make these super fun penguin cookies. First things first, you're gonna need Townhouse crackers. Now you can find these in the cracker section at the grocery store. They're pretty widely available everywhere. The reason we're using Townhouse crackers is because they've got that signature oval shape. And that's what's gonna give the penguin cookie its cute little oval shape. You're going to need 2 crackers per cookie because this is a sandwich cookie. So 2 crackers per cookie. All right, for the filling of the cookies, you can go 2 different routes. In the past, I've typically done creamy peanut butter, but if there's somebody in your family with a nut allergy, or you want to maybe take these to work where they're a little bit more allergy friendly, go with like dulce de leche. This is like a caramel filling. You can find this like near the sweetened condensed milk in the grocery store. It's a really yummy option. So peanut butter, dulce de leche, whatever you choose. All right, next for the outside of the cookie, you're gonna need like a dark, not really dark, but just a chocolate candy bark. This is like a candy coating. This is found like where the chocolate chips are in the grocery store. This is widely available pretty much all year round, but you'll want like the chocolate color. You'll break this up and microwave it. So I'll show you how to do that in a second. Next up, the penguin is gonna need a cute little white belly. And what better to do that with candy melts. So you're not even gonna melt these. You're just gonna go stick right in the middle of the cracker cookie after it's coated, and that's gonna be his little belly. So you'll need these. All right, for his beak and feet, you're gonna need Reese's Pieces. You're gonna use the orange Reese's Pieces so 2 Reese's Pieces for his feet, and then a Reese's Pieces that's cut in half. So I just used a knife to cut the orange ones in half. That's gonna be his little beak. And then the last thing you'll need is little candy eyes. And you can find these at Michael's. You can actually find them at most grocery stores. They're just the little candy decoration, little candy eyes. Again, you can find these usually all year round at, like I said, Michael's and most grocery stores right in like the cake decorating section. All right, and yes, this is a binder clip. My microphone broke. All right, let's get to how to make these. Okay friends, next step is actually a rather practical one, but I feel like it's the most important thing I can tell you about making this recipe. This next step is just setting up your ingredients. Once you melt that chocolate, you're only going to have a certain amount of time to get all the decorations on while the chocolate is still warm, because the warm chocolate is how these little decorations stick. So I would highly recommend like putting all of your candy melts into a dish versus just like pulling them out of the bag. Taking out all the little candy eyes. These come in multiple sizes, so you'll want to choose the size. I typically choose the smallest one because it best fits the penguin's little body. Put all of your Reese's Pieces for the feet in one little bowl so you can just grab them and go. I've already cut some of the Reese's Pieces for the beaks. You'll want to do that all in advance, not after the chocolate is already melted. So have those in their own little bowl as well. Pull out all your crackers so they're ready to go. A lot of times you'll get a sleeve of crackers that several are broken. So you'll want to make sure that you have the unbroken crackers ready to go right at your fingertips. And make sure, whatever filling you're choosing, whether it's the dulce de leche or the peanut butter, that you have that like ready to rock and roll. So, and the last thing I'll tell you, grab like a cookie sheet or just something that's flat and line it with like some parchment paper or wax paper. That is really important as well because you don't want the little penguins to stick to a pan and then you'll have like them breaking trying to get them off. Parchment paper or wax paper will help that once the chocolate hardens, it'll peel right off. So parchment paper or wax paper, that's really important. Okay, for the melting chocolate, I'm using the Favorite Day Make Your Own Chocolate Flavored Almond Bark. I got this at Target. In the past, I've also used Candy Quick as well for their chocolate. I love using these. It says they're microwavable, which makes it super simple to do. I typically use a shallow, like cereal bowl, make sure it's microwave safe. And for this recipe, I'm probably just gonna use half of this. It's over a pound. So I'm gonna use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 6 of these to make my penguin cookies. So I'm gonna go ahead. The package directions says to microwave on high for 1 minute, stir well, and then microwave for additional 15-second intervals, stirring well after each until it's completely smooth and melted. So that's what I'm gonna do for the chocolate bark. Okay, next step. So we've got all of our cookies filled with the Dulce de Leche caramel in the middle right there. You might notice that if your crackers crack like this one did, it's not a big deal. The caramel in the middle will hold it together. So as long as they're not completely breaking apart, you can definitely still use those. So, and then we also have our melted chocolate coating. Again, I just did this in the microwave according to the package directions. It's pretty simple. I think mine took a total of about 2 minutes to do, just stirring in the middle. Okay, next you'll need a couple forks. So we're literally just gonna put our little sandwich cookie or our townhouse cookie right into the chocolate and just give it a coating with some chocolate, just like that. It needs to be completely coated on the outside of all the crackers. And we'll just take it out of the chocolate, give it a nice tap, and then transfer it back over to our cookie sheet that's lined with the parchment paper. Remember, this is gonna help the cookie peel right off. So now that we've got it dipped, you can work one by one, you can work 2 or 3 at a time. I don't recommend doing all of them at once because by the time you get to the last few, the chocolate will already be hardened. So let's give our little penguin a little belly, just like that right there. And then he needs a couple of feet. So we'll put those right here. Again, this does not have to be perfect. Just like that. Those are going to be his feet. This is more about having fun with your kids at Christmas time or your grandkids. These are not going to look perfect or be perfect. In fact, the more imperfections that you have, the cuter they are. So. Okay, a couple of helpful tips when you're making these. Notice that my fingers got a little bit of chocolate. Keep a paper towel on hand just to kind of wipe your fingers so they don't get on the eyes or anything else. I mean, again, this is not a big deal. This is not about perfection because this is just fun and it's making stuff. But also, If your chocolate starts to harden like mine has, you simply just take the forks out and put it back in the microwave, and it will heat up again, and you'll be able to go through the rest of your cookies. All right, friends, here they are. The penguin cookies, they're all done. Once they cool to room temperature, everything on the outside hardens up. You peel them right off the parchment paper, and they're ready to enjoy. Super fun for a Christmas party. They're great for like a little school classroom Christmas party or holiday event. Package these up and like gift them to your neighbors. They'll love them. All right, I hope you enjoyed these. Thanks so much for watching.